Well, hello everyone. It's me, Vicky, your content coach, and welcome to my excellent podcast series, Grow Your Business. I hope that you find it inspiring, and please remember to subscribe while you're here so that you don't miss out on any useful advice or business knowledge. And you can also follow me on all the major socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn.
I can't hear you.
There we go. Thank you so much, Emma, for that. Right, well, technical difficulties are over. There we go. I did click the unmute button, but I mustn't have clicked it properly. There we go. So yeah, anyway, welcome to all my lovely entrepreneurs. Anyway, how are you all doing this morning? And we are halfway now through our Instagram week. Last week we had confidence, and we did online visibility. This week we did Instagram. We're doing Instagram. On Monday I did a really good kind of high level sort of overview of, kind of just good practices for Instagram and stuff. And today we have the amazing Emma Ryan, who I'm going to bring on very shortly. But I just wanted to check in with you all, see how you were all doing. By the way, guys, amazing news. We have 214 members now, which I'm absolutely over the moon about. But I still need your help. Have you tagged anyone? Have you invited anyone rather into the group? I know a number of you have been kind enough to, invite friends, invite them to the group or speak to them personally and get them to join in. If you have done that, I want you to tag them in a post in this group, because what we need is for those people to see the value in this group like you do, see how it can help their small business grow. We're all in the same boat together. We're all small business owners. Many of us one-man bands, sole traders, and we need to kind of get people active and involved. And the best way to do that is for you to physically tell them the value that you find in the group. So if you find a post interesting, tag them in it, tag many of your friends in it, because many of you have invited, many, like 10, 20 people into the group, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, tag your friends in this group. Drop me a message in the comments below if you've been doing anything interesting in business this week as well. If you found anything useful. I'm just going to check the comments as well. Chris Randall. Hello, Chris. Thank you for joining. Today we're going to talk about Instagram again in more depth. I'm really, really chuffed that we've got this guest on today. We've got Emma Ryan Photography. Emma's done an amazing job with her Instagram, absolutely amazing. She hasn't been going, she'll tell you all about this, of course, but she hasn't been going very long at all, really, in the grand scheme of things. Only sort of a couple of years, and she's built her business from being that to being this, mainly using Instagram and organic Instagram, which is very interesting as well, no sort of paid ads, things like that. So she's basically been kind enough to come on and tell us about all of this, which is fantastic. She has a new e-guide, which is only £15, which is amazing. I mean, if you can't invest £15 into your business, then you've got to rethink that, I think, because it's an absolute steal, really, for the value it'll bring to your business. So I'm going to pop another link in the group today so that you can get that book. But she's been kind enough to give us a few kind of sneaky tips and a bit of an overview on that. So I'm going to bring her on now. So here we are. Good morning, Emma.
Hi.
Thank you for joining.
Hi.
Lovely. So I'm going to hand over to you now. I've given you quite the build up. I'm surprised your head's not swelling. But Emma, over to you. Tell us all about you, your business, what you do, and give us some Instagram tips.
Okay, yeah. So, guys, my journey sort of started about 10 years ago. Shooting weddings for friends, family, things like that. But I really didn't put anything into it. I mean, Instagram, I don't even think 10 years ago existed. I didn't put any effort into building my business or anything like that. So around 2 years ago, I made the decision to make a go of shooting weddings for a living. So it was a pretty big decision because I was on maternity leave.
Mhm.
Nearly 3 years ago, I would say. But yeah, I was on maternity leave, and yeah, I just thought, okay, well, I'm pretty good at Instagram, socially. I was one of those people always taking selfies, always posting pictures of my dinner, things like that. So for me, my first protocol for building my business started with Instagram. So I've gone from sort of 7 wedding bookings in my first year, which was last year was my sort of first business year.
Which in itself, by the way, is a very good start, Emma, I have to say, to have 6 weddings in your first year.
So I mean, like I said, I had a few that were maybe booked in a little bit before that, sort of friends of friends. But again, they weren't necessarily all my ideal client. And what I talk about a lot in my guide is how to achieve getting that ideal client, especially as a wedding photographer, but it can be applied to any business whatsoever because we all have our ideal clients. So it's really, really important that using a tool like Instagram to grow your business using your ideal client. So this year I had 35, maybe 37 weddings booked in. So 35 full day weddings. And obviously that all went a bit sort of wrong because of COVID. But next year I've now got 52. So some of them are postponements from this year. Some of them are brand new bookings. And I also managed to secure, just through Instagram, in the period that we've been allowed weddings, I will have had 12 lockdown weddings that all came through Instagram, all booked me, small days.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I've managed to claw back a little bit of income from this year, just a little bit.
Oh, that's fantastic. It's great news. It's I think just that being present on your social media will have helped with that because I think in the wedding industry, you have brides and grooms kind of follow you, even sometimes before they even have been proposed to. They start to plan their weddings, don't they? And they find photographers or florists or whatever it is that they like. And so when it comes time to actually approach them, they're like, yeah. I'm going to give Emma a call. So that's so important, isn't it?
That's a huge part of my process, is building relationships with people before they're engaged, before they need my services. I could reel off 10 names of ladies that I chat to on a regular basis through Instagram. And it's really relaxed. It's almost like building a friendship and building that really nice relationship with a person. So when they get engaged or when they're due to get married, I'm the first person they think of. They don't think of their local photographer. Some of these ladies are in, I say ladies, it applies to anybody, but particularly in the industry, the wedding industry, it seems to be more the ladies that do the planning.
I think so, yeah. We've got a quick question, Emma, from Wendy at Oshkosh Gowns in Lincolnshire. She just says, do you forward plan your posts, Emma? So, I mean, if you're going to cover that in your speech, you don't need to answer that straight away. But
no, that's fab. So, I do. So I use an app called Planoly. So I do cover a little bit in my guide about how to use apps like Planoly to better plan your feed. I don't particularly use it as much anymore because I feel like I've been going for long enough now with my posts that I know what I want to post and how the aesthetic's going to fit into my feed. but I would use it if I was going away somewhere for a week.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's perfect for kind of keeping those posts going whilst you're away, so that you're still appearing active on Instagram. What I will say though is there is absolutely no substitute for you being there,
Mm-hmm.
using that app at that time. For
Mm-hmm.
me, being present on Instagram and using it is the hugest part of building an Instagram following and an organic following.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
It's I mean, as a digital marketer and a coach and an online content creator myself, it's you know, you do get asked sometimes to look after people's social media, and to a certain extent that's great, but like you say, there's no substitute for being that person and actually interacting with people. It's fine for, you know, having something out there, you know, on a regular basis so that your figures don't dip and things like that. But there's absolutely no way a third party like me could do as good a job as just being there and interacting with clients and building those relationships. So absolutely
and
right.
Again, I think one thing that I know that you've spoken about before, Vicky, is you are your brand. So no matter where you do your advertising, whether that's in a magazine, wedding fairs, whether it's craft fairs, Instagram, whatever you do, no matter where you are part of your brand. And automating that process takes that away, I think. Even though you might be typing out a caption, hitting send, getting it to upload at 8 p.m. or whatever, being able to respond to comments on a post that your followers have made is hugely important to keep that relationship going. And even if they're spammy posts, even if they're spammy comments on your post, you know, you get a watch company sending 3 love hearts underneath the post, just reply to it, because it's constant. It's just constant movement. You know, you just say thanks very much. It's all about keeping your appearance on Instagram moving and constantly being active.
I think so, and perhaps that's not so good news for people who want to sort of step back from it and stuff. But I think one of the things I covered on Monday was the fact that you know, gosh, where I've lost my train of thought now. No, but it's just so important, isn't it, to sort of to get involved. Yes, that's right. To sort of find where your clients are. That's where I was going with that.
Yeah.
So if your clients are on Instagram, great. That's where you should like apportion your time, basically. You know, if they're on Facebook, then maybe that's where someone like a digital marketer could come in and kind of help with that. But that is your advertising. If they're there, if your clients are there, then that's where you should be. Because I think if you you know, if you were spending if you were sort of paying someone to look after your social media for you, and they're the ones building the relationships, then when those people do come into your store or book your services, you haven't got that rapport. You can't say, oh, so how's so and so doing, or
absolutely,
whatever.
Especially for service-based businesses. Keeping that relationship going is so important. And it's a way that once I have clients booked in, I keep it going. I follow their stories, and when I talk about being constantly active, I don't mean 24 hours a day sat looking at my Instagram. What I mean is when you are making a post, be present when you're making it. By all means, use an app to plan the aesthetic of your feed, because again, something I cover in my guide is that the aesthetic of your feed is really important, because even if you've got a website, Instagram is your shop front. It's the shop window. If you walk past a clothes shop and they've got tat in the window, people aren't going to walk in to buy you know, even the most expensive outfit, because they're gonna think the shop's full of tat. So what you're putting on Instagram needs to be your absolute best, and it only takes 30 minutes, an hour tops a day, using sort of the methods that I cover in my guide. to build that organic following. And it all needs to revolve around when you make your post. So I really, really think the most important time to be engaging with people on your social media, especially on your Instagram, is when you've posted. Instagram will reward you for spending time on the app.
I think a lot of sites and stuff do, don't they? So would you say there was like an optimum time after posting?
Yeah, so I mean, what I tend to say is kind of like split it into thirds. So I would spend 10 minutes engaging, and they don't necessarily have to be in-depth engagements. Scroll through your feed, maybe leave a little comment, but make them genuine. Don't just leave 3 love heart emojis. Number one, Instagram thinks you're a bot. It thinks you're spamming, and it's not going to register that comment as you being online and present. 5 words as a minimum. I really love this dress. This colour looks great on you. Oh my God, your cat is so cute. What's his name? People love comments on their animals. Like if they've got a dog, comment on a post about the dog. I mean, people go crazy for that.
I might buy a dog.
And it's easy as well. It's easy to comment on. Animals are cute, right? Or kids, oh, they're so sweet. What a lovely moment. And then I would post. So make your post. So get your caption, post it onto your Instagram, and then spend another 10 minutes engaging again with people who might comment. Also, maybe people who like the post, maybe drop into their Instagram feed, like a couple of posts back. It just really gets that kind of fluid, that movement going, and it keeps Instagram thinking that, oh, this person's really using this app a lot. Okay, so let's reward them and make their posts more visible to more people.
Absolutely, it's a very, very good point. I would say to anyone watching in the group or catching up later on as well, I would hop onto Emma's Instagram and just maybe do a bit of homework and see how she words posts. Look at the the aesthetic of her feed and maybe what she posts in her stories and things like that. Actually, but before we sort of wrap up, Emma, have you got any tips for stories?
Yeah, so I was, again, when I say about using Instagram as your shop front, my feed is very kind of aesthetic friendly. My stories are very much behind the scenes. I share everything. I will share my daughter doing a silly dance in front of the telly. I'll share pictures of my rabbit. I'll share TikToks that I think are hilarious, memes, anything. As long as they are within your brand, if they fit your brand and you are putting your personality out there, do it. Because people who are booking your service, using your service, coming to buy from you, they want to see who you are, and they can really connect with somebody when they feel like, that they're maybe got something in common with somebody, a bit similar humor. And not only that, doing polls, asking questions on Instagram, and in the stories is a really great way to up engagement on your posts. Especially if you do, a lot of people are doing it at the moment. They're doing a this or that. So they'll create an Instagram story with 2 pictures, and they'll say, use the poll option, and they'll say this or that. Would you prefer cake or donuts?
I'm not sure I can answer that one.
Do you prefer a real Christmas tree or a fake Christmas tree? But you can make it relevant to your business. If you're selling cakes, for example, do you prefer chocolate or lemon drizzle? And you do 5 or 6 of those, and you immediately, people just can't help but answer those. I do it all the time. I'm like, oh, this is brilliant. It's a game. There's no right or wrong answer for them, and you learn a little bit more about people who've been watching your stories.
Well, I think that's the key thing, isn't it? It's a way of really, really delving into who your audience is, and that's invaluable. So who these people are and what to post. We've got a couple of questions. Wendy says, what's your Instagram, please, Emma? So that's just Emma Ryan Photography.
Emma Ryan Photographer.
Yeah. And Chris says, are you making use of Reels? Do you think they have a place for photography? And so does Wendy. Wendy asks a similar question. So
yeah, I do think they have a place for photography. I think sharing things like before and afters, people love to see a before image, especially if it looks a bit basic. If you've taken a picture of, I don't know, bride on their wedding day in a room getting ready by the window light, it might look nice before, it might look a bit dull before you've edited it. People love to see that process that you go through to get to that final image. So before and after, you can share a few tips for your wedding day. Even if, Chris, even if you come from a male perspective, maybe, and you come from like tips for grooms on their wedding day, because a lot of people do brides, you can really create a lot. So what I've been doing when I've been doing shoots recently is getting somebody to video, not me, but the person that I'm shooting. So they will record it then on my phone, and then I will then share a few frames that I took edited after that video, so people can see what maybe the model or the couple are doing, and then I've shown what I've captured from that moment. So Chris, go on and take a look at my reels. I think you'll see I've got a few on there. But yes, I think Wendy, I've got my Facebook up here. So a reel's an important way forward at the moment. It appears to be, but you don't need to make these fancy videos. You really don't. We see these videos of people going bush and the clothes changing, and nobody's got time for that. Share a few images. If you work if you've got a shop, take a little tour around your shop. Do a little kind of close up, and then far away of a product that you've got to sell. Put a few selling points in there. It really doesn't need to be complicated.
No, absolutely.
I think we've got a lot of these youngsters kind of making us feel a little bit old with these reels, but they're great. I think they're a good bit of fun, and they are a lot more relaxed than making your post to your Instagram feed again, I think so. And one important thing to note, just to answer Wendy's question about Reels versus TikTok, Reels is it's Instagram's TikTok, isn't it? But the most important thing about it, rather than just taking a video on TikTok and sharing it to your stories, Reels are actually shown to everyone. Someone doesn't have to follow you to see their reels. It's reels are shown to anyone in the Explorer page or anyone searching for that sort of thing. Or you just scrolling. You can just, if I go into the new Reels section on Instagram, if your app's been updated now, it's front and center, the middle button. Instagram have decided it's more important than you see anything else. Reels, and you just scroll. And it's dangerous because you could just, sort of 11 o'clock, you're lying in bed, like scrolling. But this is when you see them. And I know I've started following people just from seeing a reel, thinking, that's brilliant.
That's exactly it. It's you get to reach a wider audience. So absolutely, if you're using Instagram, don't just post your TikTok video, because that doesn't really register to Instagram as a reel. It's engaging, yes, but you're best off to use a reel on Instagram.
If you have TikTok and you use TikTok, you can save your TikTok video and post it into your reels. So don't just share your stories. Exactly. Post it into the reel. So they use the same sort of time frame, 15, 30 seconds, so you can make use of that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm always saying to people, reuse your content. So if you already have a TikTok, then absolutely post it, but use the Reels function. That's a good tip.
I actually find TikTok's easier, the format of TikTok easier to use than Reels. So it's what I've been doing.
Okay. See, I'm too old for TikTok. I've hit the 40 mark now, So. No, I'll get there. I'll download it out of curiosity one of these days. But yeah, so Emma, I'm aware you're a busy lady. I don't want to take up too much more of your day. So to everyone watching, I hope you found that useful. I'm going to put the link. I did it yesterday. I put the link up to Emma's guide, so you can download that and buy it. But I'll do it again today. It's really useful. It'll go into so much more depth than we have done in this group, and it's only £15. So you deserve that. Your business deserves that, basically.
And can I just add that if you do download the guide and you want any additional help, I'm more than happy to answer any questions, via my DMs. If you're unsure of anything that I've written in the guide, I do think it's all fairly kind of clear. But if you want to double check something or ask how I personally do something for my business, or how you can make it relate to another business, please ask me, because that's what I include that in the price. I'm more than happy to help.
See, that makes it even more of an absolutely amazing deal. So brilliant. Okay, Emma, well, I'm going to leave that with everyone now. Thank you so much for joining us. That's been really, really informative, and it's been great to talk to you about it. So to everyone else watching, have a great day, be positive and be productive, and great things will happen. Take care. Bye. Well, thank you so much for listening all the way through and reaching the end of my podcast. I really do hope that these episodes help you to grow your business and help you thrive on your journey as a small business owner. And if you want to find out how I can help you grow your business through a mix of great, effective content and expert business coaching and advice from an experienced business owner, that's me, then get in touch through my email hello@thecontentquarter.co.uk.